We'll get this all organized here and I'll get this out. I'd like to welcome everybody and thanks everybody for coming out. It's always a pleasure to be here. This will be my second State of the City address. So let's see if I got enough practice on the first time where I make sense this time. So first of all, like I said, good evening everybody. A State of the City address is more than just a list of projects and accomplishments. It's a moment to step back and take an honest look at where we've been, where we are today, and where we're going as a community. Because Hastings is more than buildings and streets. Hastings is our home. Hastings is where we raise our families. Hastings is where we build our businesses. And it's where we share the responsibility of shaping the future of Hastings together. Tonight I want to talk about that future and how we can build it together. Hastings has always been a community with strong values, a strong work ethic, and strong people. But like many communities across the Midwest, we've also faced our challenges. For a number of years, our growth slowed. In some areas, it actually stalled. For a number of years, that didn't happen because we lacked opportunity. It happened because at times we allowed hesitation, overregulation, and division to slow our progress. We wanted growth, but sometimes only certain circumstances. We wanted lower taxes, but also more services. We wanted opportunity, but sometimes we resisted change when it appeared too close to home. Those competing priorities created gridlock, and gridlock is the enemy of progress. Over the past year, I've had what every new mayor must have, a learning period. This role gives you a very different perspective on how a city works. You see the challenges more clearly. You see the pressures that exist, and you begin to understand where the real opportunities for progress lie. That learning period has been valuable, but it's now time to move forward. Now it's time to shift from learning to action. It's time to push, and push is what I plan to do. For the past several years, much of our focus in this city has been on housing. And that focus was important because housing matters, and we made progress addressing that need. But housing alone does not grow a community. Housing must be supported by jobs. Jobs must be supported by industry. Industry must be supported by opportunity. And that means the next phase for Hastings is clear. It's time to focus on job growth, industry, retail, and business expansion within Hastings. Communities that grow do not wait for opportunity to arrive. They go out and recruit it. Hastings has advantages that many cities across our state don't have. We're centrally located in Nebraska with access to major transportation corridors. We have rail that supports distribution and manufacturing. We have a strong agriculture and manufacturing base that supports our industry. We've got affordable land, reasonable utilities, and the cost of living that families can afford here in the Midwest. We've got educational institutions preparing the workforce of tomorrow. Those are Central Community College and Hastings College. These advantages matter, but only if we actively promote them. Organizations like HEDC, the CRA, they exist to help drive economic growth in our community. Their role is to recruit industry, attract employers, and help create the conditions that encourage investment and job creation. We cannot simply wait for opportunity, we must go find it. Moving forward also means learning from our past. Many people have heard me speak of this. The not in my backyard mentality has cost this community real opportunities. Projects that could have created jobs and expanded our tax base sometimes move to other communities that welcome them. When development is blocked by fear or resistance, those opportunities simply go somewhere else. And when they go somewhere else, the jobs and investment also go with them. Hastings must move forward with fair and consistent development policies. No picking winners, no picking losers. Just a fair process that rewards good projects and protects the public interest. Development should be about an opportunity for the entire community. Favorable development, not developmental favors. When decisions are driven by rumor instead of facts, the entire community pays the price. Conspiracy theories do not create jobs. They do not grow our tax base, but they do slow development. They create division. They discourage investors who are looking for communities that wish to work together. City boards and council exist to serve the public interest and evaluate projects based on merit, legality, ethics, and community benefit. That's how trust is built, and trust is essential for growth. The good news is Hastings is growing. I don't know if y'all look around, but it's been growing for quite some time now. We're seeing new housing being built, new businesses opening, and existing industries expanding. We just learned of a couple of them a week ago. Hartwell Renewables represents major economic activity in our region. On the south end of town, over here, we're seeing new trucks. We're seeing a new truck stop being planned, and on the other end of town, we're seeing a new tire shop, a new car wash, additional business and development taking place all across corners of Hastings. Housing to the north, housing to the east. We've got the development project right over next to us, just to our south, that have been great for our community. In collaboration with the state of Nebraska, we're also working on the Hastings Southeast project, aimed at improving safety, traffic flow, and the appearance of our southeast entrance to our city. I don't know if anybody's heard about that, but I certainly have. That's the one where the roundabout's going in. So, in case anybody was hiding under a rock. Our focus cannot be on just new development, and I'm going to make myself clear. Our focus cannot be on just new development. It must also support and promote existing business. Recently, companies like Chief Ethanol Fuels, Bruckman Rubber, and Nebraska Prime have announced expansions. These investments in existing businesses are just as important as new development. And I want to stress that. Keeping people here, keeping investment here, keeping jobs here are just as important as bringing new to town. When companies invest here, it sends a powerful message that Hastings is a community worth investing in, and that momentum matters. We're working to reduce unnecessary regulation and make development easier and more predictable. When someone chooses to invest in Hastings, they should feel welcomed, not discouraged. That means clear processes, consistent standards, and professional cooperation. Our developmental services and our delegated authority have been successful thus far, and we will continue with that. It means taking Hastings a city where development is, it means making Hastings a city where development is encouraged, facilitated, and responsibly managed. Economic development is not only about industry, it's also about quality of life. One exciting opportunity is the vision of a community field house. Facilities like this can host tournaments and events that bring visitors into Hastings as well as benefit our community. These visitors stay in the hotels, they eat in restaurants, they shop in our local stores, and that activity strengthens our local economy and increases our sales tax base. Every new business that opens in Hastings contributes to something important: sales tax revenue that supports our community services. Sales tax helps support our police, our fire, infrastructure, and city services. It helps relieve pressure on property taxes, and it strengthens the financial health of our city. Progress requires cooperation. We will not always agree, and that's healthy. Different perspectives help us make better decisions. But at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We want a stronger community. We want a growing economy and a future where our children and our grandchildren can succeed right here in Hastings. As we look ahead, Hastings has real opportunities in front of us. One project that represents both redevelopment and community investment is the renovation of the old Hastings Middle School, where I went. For years, that building has sat largely unused and has become an eyesore for many people in our community. Today, plans are moving forward to convert that facility into apartments, transforming a longtime vacant structure into housing and breathing new life into that part of our city. Projects like this represent exactly the kind of development that Hastings should support. Revitalizing existing structures, improving neighborhoods, turning underused property back into productive assets for our community. That's real growth. Another exciting initiative moving forward is the Hastings Fieldhouse project. This vision has been talked about in our community for some time, and we're now, just as of last week, beginning to move from discussion to action. Preliminary planning has begun, and a Fieldhouse committee has been formed to help guide this effort and bring community leaders together, organizations and partners who want to see this project succeed. A facility like this would be a tremendous opportunity for our youth, our schools, and all of our community organizations. But it also has the potential to bring tournaments, visitors, and regional events to Hastings, creating economic activity that supports local businesses and strengthens our tax base. I've been talking about this since I took office, and we are behind the power curve in terms of a field house for the size of our community. This is something that needs to be done, and I will push. This is the kind of project that reflects both community pride as well as economic opportunity. Looking forward, my goal as mayor is to make sure that the organization responsible for development in our city, those organizations are working together as efficiently as possible. That means ensuring that the HEDC, the Community Redevelopment Authority, and our Developmental Services Department are aligned and coordinated in their efforts. When these entities are working together, sharing information, and moving in the same direction, they can become a powerful engine for growth. My goal is to help to streamline those efforts so Hastings operates as a well-oiled machine, I always like to say, when it comes to development, recruitment, and investment. Because when our development organizations are coordinated, responsive, and proactive, we put Hastings in the best possible position to attract industry, grow jobs, and expand opportunity. And that's exactly what our community deserves. My learning period as mayor is over. This next year, we will hit the ground running. We will recruit industry, we will grow jobs, and we will expand opportunity. And we'll do it fairly, transparently, and with a focus on the future. Because the future of Hastings is not behind us. It's being built right now by all of us together. Thank you, everyone, and God bless Hastings.